Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. To all glories to Srila Prabhupada and our dear Guru Dev. How are you, Mataji?
I'm doing fine, just making myself some tea.
Very good.
How are you doing?
Oh, I just woke up a little late, but I'm here. So,
not feeling well?
I'm sorry?
Are you feeling well?
I am, thank you. I just decided I was going to take a little nap, and it got to be too long. So today we're just going to do the translations.
Okay.
And it's my day, I think. What's today, Tuesday? Yeah. Okay, I'll start with the prayers.
Govardhana Lila Mataji and Manasi Ganga Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm driving today. I'm outside, so I'll mute myself and I will listen.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I'll start with the prayers. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya
Manobhistan Stapitan Yena Bhutale
Svayam
Rupakadadmayam Patanti Spapatantikam Panchakalpa Turubhyacha Vipa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha
Jai Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Nityananda
Shri
Advaita Gadadha
Shri
Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Narayanam
Namaskritya
Narancheva
Narottamam
Devim Saraswati
Saraswati Yasam Tator
Jayam Udirayat
Vidurayat Nasta Prayaso Padresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki.
So today, Matajis, we are reading all of the translations for Canto 4, Chapter 6, Brahma Satisfies Lord Shiva. So if does anybody have a book that's going to read with me?
I have a book.
Very nice. I think we have, Ruchi Mataji? You're on the call there. I can see fire is usually, I think that's you. Do you have a book, Ruchi Mataji? Okay, I'm not getting an answer there. Anyone else on the call that can read? We have Antaranga Seva, who I don't know who that is.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm sorry I won't be able to read today. My husband wants dinner early and I'm just starting to make. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Can you hear me now?
Linda Mataji, are you on the call?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes, Ruchi Mataji.
So yeah, let me find the book. That's what I was saying, but I was muted. So
Okay,
When I find the book, then I'll let you know so you can, like, I'll tell you I can read now. So you can start and then I'll join.
sure. And is Linda Mataji on the call too? I don't know who that is. 773. There's a 6812646 number. Okay. Well, right now it's just the three of us. So that'll be good enough. Manasi Ganga Mataji, if you would start and then I'll continue. Why don't we take, we can do 10 at a time, maybe, because it's just the three of us reading today.
Okay, is it Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva?
Yes, yes, dear, that's it.
Okay, so this is Canto 4, Chapter 6, starting with text 1. Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. 1 and 2. All the priests and other members of the sacrificial assembly and all the demigods, having been defeated by the soldiers of Lord Shiva and injured by weapons like tridents and swords, approached Lord Brahma with great fear. After offering him obeisances, they began to speak in detail of all the events which had taken place. 3. Both Lord Brahma and Vishnu had already known that such events would occur in the sacrificial arena of Daksha, and knowing beforehand, they did not go to the sacrifice. Text 4. When Lord Brahma heard everything from the demigods and the members who had attended the sacrifice, he replied, "You cannot be happy in executing a sacrifice if you blaspheme a great personality and thereby offend his lotus feet. You cannot have happiness in that way." Text 5. You have excluded Lord Shiva from taking part in the sacrificial results, and therefore you are all offenders at his lotus feet. Still, if you go without mental reservations and surrender unto him and fall down at his lotus feet, he will be very pleased. 6. Lord Brahma also advised them that Lord Shiva is so powerful that by his anger, all the planets and their chief controllers can be destroyed immediately. Also, he said that Lord Shiva was especially sorry because he had recently lost his dear wife and was also very much afflicted by the unkind words of Daksha. Under the circumstances, Lord Brahma suggested it would behoove them to go at once and beg his pardon. 7. Lord Brahma said that no one, not even himself, Indra, all the members assembled in the sacrificial arena, or all the sages, could know how powerful Lord Shiva is. Under the circumstances, who would dare to commit an offense at his lotus feet? 8. After thus instructing all the demigods, the Pithas and the lords of the living entities, Lord Brahma took them with him and left for the abode of Lord Shiva, known as the Kalisa Hill. 9. The abode known as Kalasa is full of different herbs and vegetables, and it is sanctified by Vedic hymns and mystic yoga practice. Thus, the residents of that abode are demigods by birth and have all mystic powers. Besides them, there are other human beings who are known as Kinnaras and Gandharvas and are accompanied by their beautiful wives, who are known as Asparas or angels. 10. Kailasa is full of mountains filled with all kinds of valuable jewels and minerals and surrounded by all varieties of valuable trees and plants. The top of the hill is nicely decorated by various types of deer.
Thank you, Manasi Ganga Mataji. Okay, let's see now. All right, so I'll read 11 through 20, and then if Ruchi Mataji, by that time you'll have your book available, and maybe she can read at that point. 11. There are many waterfalls, and in the mountains there are many beautiful caves in which the very beautiful wives of the mystics are found. 12. On Kailasa Hill, there is always the rhythmical sound of the peacock's sweet vibrations and the bees humming. Cuckoos are always singing, and other birds whisper amongst themselves. 13. There are tall trees with straight branches that appear to call the sweet birds, and when herds of elephants pass through the hills, it appears that the Kailasa Hill moves with them. When the waterfalls resound, it appears that Kailasa Hill does also. 14 and 15. The whole of Kailasa Hill or Kailasa Hill is decorated with various kinds of trees, of which the following names may be mentioned: Mandara, Parijata, Sarala, Tamala, Tala, Kovidara, Asana, Arjun, Amrajati, Mango, Kadamba, Duli Kadamba, Naga, Punaga, Kampaka, Patala, Ashoka, Bakula, Kunda, and Kurabaka. The entire hill is decorated with such trees, which produce flowers with fragrant aromas. 16. There are other trees also which decorate the hill, such as the golden lotus flower, the cinnamon tree, malati, kubja, malika, and madhavi. 17. Kailasa Hill is also decorated with such trees as kata, jackfruit, julara, banyan trees, plakshas, nayagrodas, and trees producing asafoetida. Also, there are trees of betel nuts and burjapatra, as well as rajapuga, blackberries, and similar other trees. 18. There are mango trees, priyala, maduka, and inguda. Besides these, there are other trees like thin bamboos, kichaka, and varieties of other bamboo trees, all decorating the tract of Kailasa Hill. 1920. There are different kinds of lotus flowers, such as kumuda, utpala, and shatapatra. The forest appears to be a decorated garden, and the small lakes are full of various kinds of birds who whisper very sweetly. There are many kinds of other animals also, like deer, monkeys, boars, lions, rickshaws, shalyakas, forest cows, forest asses, tigers, small deer, buffalo, and many other animals who are fully enjoying their lives. Ruchi Mataji, are you still there? Are you available to read?
Yes, which verse are we reading? 20.
Okay, we're in Canto 4, Chapter 6, text 20, what is it, 21?
21. Okay, I'll read from 22. 22.
Oh,
Paryasta.
21. 21 you have to read, 21 through 30.
Okay. Karnantra Kapada Swer.
Mataji, only the translations, my dear.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the translations. That's fine.
Okay. There are varieties of deer such as Karnataka, Ekapada, Ashwashya, Vritika, and Kasturi, the deer which bears musk. Besides the deer, there are many banana trees which decorate the small hillside lakes very nicely. There is a small lake named Alaknanda in which Sati used to take her bath, and that lake is specially auspicious. All the demigods, after seeing the specific beauty of Kailash Hill, were struck with wonder at the great opulence to be found there. Thus the demigods saw the wonderfully beautiful region known as Alaka in the forest known as Saugandhika, which means full of fragrance. The forest is known as Saugandhika because of its abundance of lotus flowers. They also saw the two rivers named Nanda and Alaknanda. These two rivers are sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda. My dear Shatavidura, the celestial damsels come down to those rivers in their airplanes with their husbands, and after sexual enjoyment, they enter the water and enjoy sprinkling their husbands with water. After the damsels of the heavenly planets bathe in the water, it becomes yellowish and fragrant due to the kumkuma from their bodies. Thus, the elephants come to bathe there with their wives, the she elephants, and they also drink the water although they are not thirsty. The airplanes of the heavenly denizens are bedecked with pearls, gold, and many very valuable jewels. The heavenly denizens are compared to clouds in the sky decorated with occasional flashes of electric lightning. While traveling, the demigods passed over the forest known as Saugandhika, which is full of varieties of flowers, fruits, and desire trees. While passing over the forest, they also saw the regions of Yakeshwar. In that celestial forest, there are many birds whose necks were colored reddish and whose sweet sounds mixed with the humming of the bees. The lakes were abundantly decorated with crying swans as well as strong-stemmed lotus flowers. All these atmospheric influences unsettled the forest elephants who flocked together in the sandalwood forest, and the blowing winds agitated the minds of the damsels there for further sexual enjoyment. Is that it, or text 31 too?
No, I think now I believe it's Manasi Ganga. He
Okay,
reads from 30 to 40, 31 to 40. Manasi Ganga Mataji, are you available to read?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
That's okay.
31. They also saw that the bathing ghats and their staircases were made of Vaidurya Mani. The water was full of lotus flowers. Passing by such lakes, the demigods reached a place where there was a great banyan tree. 32. That banyan tree was 800 miles high, and its branches spread over 600 miles around. The tree cast a fine shade which permanently cooled the temperature, yet there was no noise of birds. 33. The demigods saw Lord Shiva sitting under that tree, which was competent to give perfection to mystic yogis and deliver all people. As grave as time eternal, he appeared to have given up all anger. 34. Lord Shiva sat there, surrounded by saintly persons like Kuvera, the master of the Guyakas, and the four Kumaras, who were already liberated souls. Lord Shiva was grave and saintly. 35. The demigods saw Lord Shiva situated in his perfection as the master of the senses, knowledge, fruitive activities, and the path of achieving perfection. He was the friend of the entire world, and by virtue of his full affection for everyone, He was very auspicious. 36. He was seated on a deerskin and was practicing all forms of austerity. Because his body was smeared with ashes, he looked like an evening cloud. On his hair was the sign of a half moon, a symbolic representation. 37. He was seated on a straw mattress and speaking to all present, including the great sage Narada, to whom he specifically spoke about the absolute truth. 38. His half leg was placed on his right thigh, and his left hand was placed on his left thigh. This sitting posture is called Virasana. In his right hand, he held Rudraksha beads, and his finger was in the mode of argument. 39. All the sages and demigods, headed by Indra, offered their respectful obeisances unto Lord Shiva with folded hands. Lord Shiva was dressed in saffron garments and absorbed in trance, thus appearing to be the foremost of all sages. 40. Lord Shiva's lotus feet were worshipped by both the demigods and demons, but still, in spite of his exalted position, as soon as he saw that Lord Brahma was there among all the other demigods, he immediately stood up and offered him respect by bowing down and touching his lotus feet, just as Vamana Deva offered his respectful obeisances to Kasyapi Muni.
Okay. 41. All the sages who were sitting with Lord Shiva, such as Narada and others, also offered their respectful obeisances to Lord Brahma. After being so worshipped, Lord Brahma, smiling, began to speak to Lord Shiva. 42. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord Shiva, I know that you are the controller of the entire material manifestation, the combination father and mother of the cosmic manifestation, and the supreme Brahman beyond the cosmic manifestation as well. I know you in that way." 43. My dear Lord, you create this cosmic manifestation, maintain it, and annihilate it by expansion of your personality, exactly as a spider creates, maintains, and winds up its web. 44. My dear Lord, your Lordship has introduced the system of sacrifices through the agency of Daksha, and thus one may derive the benefits of religious activities and economic development. Under your regulative principles, the institution of the 4 varnas and ashrams is respected. The Brahmanas therefore vow to follow this system strictly. 45. O most auspicious Lord, you have ordained the heavenly planets, the spiritual Vaikuntha planets, and the impersonal Brahman sphere as the respective destinations of the performers of auspicious activities. Similarly, for others who are miscreants, you have destined different kinds of hells, which are horrible and ghastly. Yet sometimes it is found that their destinations are just the opposite. It is very difficult to ascertain the cause of this. 46. My dear Lord, devotees who have fully dedicated their lives unto your lotus feet certainly observe your presence as Paramatma in each and every being. And as such, they do not differentiate between one living being and another. Such persons treat all living entities equally. They never become overwhelmed by anger like animals, who can see nothing without differentiation. 47. Persons who observe everything with differentiation, who are simply attached to fruitive activities, who are mean-minded, who are always pained to see the flourishing condition of others, and who thus give distress to them by uttering harsh and piercing words, have already been killed by providence. Thus, there is no need for them to be killed again, by an exalted personality like you. 48. My dear Lord, if in some places materialists who are already bewildered by the insurmountable illusory energy of the Supreme Godhead sometimes commit offenses, a saintly person with compassion does not take this seriously. Knowing that they commit offenses because they are overpowered by the illusory energy, he does not show his prowess to counteract them. 49. My dear Lord, you are never bewildered by the formidable influence of the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you are omniscient and should be merciful and compassionate toward those who are bewildered by the same illusory energy and are very much attached to fruitive activities. Ruchi Mataji, would you like to finish us off 50 through 53?
No, I'm not feeling that well now, so.
Okay. Okay, I'll do it then. That's okay. I hope you're feeling better. 50. My dear Lord Shiva, you are a shareholder of a portion of the sacrifice, and you are the giver of the result. The bad priest did not deliver your share, and therefore you destroyed everything, and the sacrifice remains unfinished. Now you can do the needful and take your rightful share. 51. My dear Lord, by your mercy, the performer of the sacrifice, King Daksha, may get back his life. Bhaga may get back his eyes, and Brigu his mustache, and Pusha his teeth. 52. O Lord Shiva, may the demigods and the priests whose limbs have been broken by your soldiers recover from the injuries by your grace. And 53. O destroyer of the sacrifice, please take your portion of the sacrifice and let the sacrifice be completed by your grace. So that is, those are the translations of this chapter 6, Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say, any kind of a comment regarding the translations or anything they know about this?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I have just one comment that people in India usually think that Kailash is like, it's only snow and there's nothing other than snow there. And when we read these translations, the number of trees, the flowers, the fruits, everything, so we can understand that it's such a beautiful place. And the Vedic cosmology and everything that Prabhupada has asked us to study is so important, because we don't even know what the higher planets have, and they are so beautiful. We think that whatever we are having is beautiful. So there is something to aspire for. So even if we don't go back to Godhead, if we do good karma and at least we get higher planets, then that is also good. That's what I was feeling. Thanks.
Thank you so much. That's very true. Yeah. It's just so nice to, to be able to hear what these places are like, because, only in the Christian faith that I came from, you don't really know what it's like in higher planets or heavenly planet. You don't know anything about going to heaven or the spiritual world. You don't know what it really looks like. It's never described like this. And so, of course, this is not the spiritual world, but still it's very, very opulent, as we know. I don't know exactly the location of this particular planet, but it's up there, that's for sure.
I think
Kailas.
it is beyond Satyaloka, but it is beyond. Is it beyond that Brahman effulgence also? I am not sure.
Mm.
Maybe if Leela Manjari or Prem Rasa Mataji are there, they can share. Or if anyone else knows, they can share. But that is known as Kailash Dham or Mahesh Dham.
Mm.
And it's such a beautiful place.
I'm looking here, and I don't know. I know Leela Manjari is driving. I don't know if she has a Bluetooth or or someone's with her. But
What's the question again? I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
the location of Kailash Hill or Kailash, yeah, that's
Is
what,
it?
Lord Shiva's destination.
It said it is on Kailash Parvat because nobody has been able to climb that Kailash Parvat in the Mount Everest where it is located. Nobody has been able to climb that particular mountain, and many times they see reflections of Lord Shiva in it. So that's just the outside, but the inside is the subtle world where many yogis live there in their subtle bodies. It is said that most of the yogis who are very advanced, they are still meditating in the Kailash Parvat in their subtle body. So that's what I think it is.
So
Is this?
is this then on the Earth planet?
Yes, I mean it is a subtle realm which is like connected. Like they say that all these subtle realms, they appear, we cannot see with our naked eyes, but yes, it is on the Mount Everest in the Himalayas. There is this Kailash Parvat near Nepal border. So none of the people has been able to set foot on it, and whoever goes there cannot climb it. It's that Kailash Parvat over there. Yeah.
Mataji, from whatever little I remember of the Vedic cosmology, there is a Mahesh Dham in the universe also, that is the Brahmanda, which we call, which has 14 planetary systems. So, and then above the Brahma Jyoti also there is a Mahesh Dham. So there are two, so that's what I was saying, that if someone else knows, or let me see if I can find on Google.
Yeah, there are many subtle realms which we cannot see with our naked eye, like even um, above and below. But they say it is connected with the Kailash Parvat on Earth. Like there is a way to approach it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know about the other realms you are talking about. Like maybe you can read about it. Okay.
Okay, so I guess it is. So if it's a subtle realm, it kind of makes me feel like some of the realms we read about, in the either the Vaikuntha planets um, or in the spiritual world that have a similar name on the Earth planet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Vrindavan, there's the Golok Vrindavan in the spiritual world, and then there's Vrindavan here, in India. Sorry about that. The phone is ringing. I'm going to have to call them back. But
Yes, Mataji, you are correct.
is that correct, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
That's what I thought, because similarly, Mathura and other places that exist in the spiritual world that also exist, they have their earthly equivalents. And I'm thinking, oh, this place maybe, it seems like it would be a heavenly planet, although not in the spiritual world. That maybe there are two. Yeah, the Kailash Hill. So I'm not sure, but maybe tomorrow, if you say I'm correct, then
You can ask your Guru Maharaj, and we'll all know if it's possible.
I could ask him that tomorrow. Tomorrow I could ask him on class. Okay. Or the day after. One of those. It just, I don't want to, if it's, depends on the theme and if I can kind of fit it in somewhere, because I don't want to be totally off the subject. He might not like that, but we'll see.
Yes. But if you know something, then can you please put on WhatsApp so that we can read it?
Oh yeah, or else, and I will say it. Yeah, I'll put it instead of saying it in class. Maybe I could put it on WhatsApp then.
Because sometimes if I miss the class, then I don't want to
Sure.
miss. Yeah.
Okay, is that all there is for today, Prabhus? Okay, well, I guess then we can end for today and look forward to reading about this lovely realm and everything about it. We'll meet again tomorrow, same time. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.